Welcome to PLZ Soccer's fixture preview show. We have League Cup action returning this week, guys, but before we get to the games, only 2 out of the 8 games this weekend having VAR. Tam, how do we get this consistency sorted?
I think it's difficult to, when you go to lower leagues, you've got the facility for VAR, and I think some of the clubs have not got it, but there's obviously some clubs that I think in the Premier League that are not taking it because it costs them money. So I don't know. I think everyone should have it, or nobody should have it. I think it's a bit unfair that 2 clubs have got it, but it's 2 big clubs, isn't it? It's Celtic and Rangers, and they're the ones that moan the most if decisions go against them. So I understand that they've got it, but I think it should be all or nothing. Does
that leave the rest at a disadvantage, Ruffy?
Some people will come up with that excuse at the end of the day. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. We would like them all to have it, but as Tam's just said there, it's finance. A lot of them can't afford it, so they just have to get on with it.
Yeah, well, as you said, Tam, one of the games that will have it is Kilmarnock against Celtic. They are the holders. They don't play till tomorrow, but we'll start with them. Elements of this game that I believe will challenge both sides. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, Kilmarnock have started the season brilliantly well. They're difficult to beat on their own patch. They've just beat Rangers, so they'll get into this game full of confidence. 2 clean sheets so far, 2 difficult games. Rangers at home, Hearts away, not lost a goal. So they're going to get into this game buoyant. Celtic still to hit their strides, in my opinion. I think they looked good in spells against Aberdeen. A couple of new defender in, will he play? Talk about the boy Pedence from Wolves, so there could be a couple of fresh faces in the team, but I think this is going to be a tough game for Celtic. I think Celtic have a good record down there. I think they'll come through it, but it might take extra time. So I think Celtic will get through, but I think it could possibly be after extra time.
Injuries seem to be hindering Celtic at the moment, Ruffy. Music to Derek McInnes' ears?
Yeah, well, right away when this draw came out, Derek McInnes openly admitted he didn't want it. It was a tie he didn't want, because obviously they win it most years. So now with the Rangers game behind him, as Tam said, he'll feel confident in getting into this one. We always talk about the surface, so I think Celtic will play the players that are tried and trusted on this surface. I still think they're too much up front for most of the teams, so I think it'll be hard, no doubt about that, but eventually I think they'll come.
What win for?
I'm going to go Celtic to win 2-0.
2-0, Sam?
I'm going to go for 2-1, but after extra time.
All right, okay, well, first game we have today is Rangers against Morton. Rangers involved in European competition this week. Is this a chance for Michael Beale to switch up his team, or do you feel players still need to prove themselves?
No, he's going to make a lot of changes. They've got PSV on Tuesday night, which is massive, a humongous game for the club. I think they'll make a lot of changes. I think your 2 centre-halves will be changed out. I think they'll come out. I think guys like Raskin and Cantwell, I don't think they'll play. Taverner could possibly be rested, so I think Rangers have got enough. Their second team's got enough to beat Morton, but I do think Morton will score. I was looking at them last night. I think they've scored 17 goals in 8 games this season. Scored a lot of goals. And they'll come up against a Rangers team that's full of changes. So I think Rangers will win, but I think Morton will score. So I'm going to go for 3-1.
3-1, Ruffy. A familiar face is returning to Ibrox, Kirk Broadfoot, now playing with Greenock Morton. What kind of experience can he bring to his side ahead of this
big
game?
Experience. That's why these clubs try and get him on the books. He's been about, he's played European football. If this game had been at Capello, I'd have been going, this is going to be a tight one, because nobody likes going in there. It's a right battle. Dougie Imrie's really bought a lot of good players in there, but it's at Ibrox. Rangers have got all the squad players. Doesn't matter who they threw into this one at home. I think they'll win 3-0.
3-0, right, okay then. Let's move on to St Mirren and Motherwell. Stuart Kettlewell says he's had sleepless nights preparing for the Buddies the first time. Tam, can you remember a game in your career where you had sleepless nights, nerves before a big game?
Most of them, because I was wondering if I was going to be playing the next day. I was usually on the bench. But the biggest one for me was when I was at Dundee and we played Livingston in the last game of the season. We had to win to stay up. Livingston needed a point. It was a massive game, probably one of the biggest games I've ever played in. And the night before I couldn't sleep because I knew we had to win or we were getting relegated, and some of the staff are going to lose their jobs. You feel the whole weight on your shoulders, and then when the Dundee directors came in the next day and told us we were on $8,000 a win, I nearly fell off my chair. Needless to say, we didn't win, but probably that game, Dundee v Livingston.
Ruffy, game for you, did you always play?
I was always selected, I was the hanging about. But, no, my worst one was Brazil, over in Brazil in the morning. Honestly, in the morning I got up in the morning and a busting sore head, and I went to the doc and he gave me a pill just to to take the sore head away. But way back then, you used to get sleeping tablets the night before. So
Right.
if you couldn't sleep, you could take a sleeping tablet. It was legal. It was done. A lot of the boys used to do it. But I never took mine that night. But I took it in the morning instead of the headache pill. So I was sleeping most of the day before the game.
Well, Brazil, Livingston, not much difference there, Tam.
He's got to trump me all the time, isn't he?
Right, St Mirren's home form last season it was kind of shy away from perfect, only 4 defeats at home. Something they need to take advantage of in this.
This is a very difficult one to call. Stephen Robinson, a lot of players, a lot of people call them the Motherwell B team, and they signed a lot of players. Stephen Robinson from Motherwell. There's always a little bit of edge and spice in this game. I think this is going to be very tight.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in the fence and go for a draw.
Who's going through?
Motherwell to get through.
Okay, Rafi?
I think there's 2 teams that are going for 5th and 6th in the league. So St Mirren have got the home advantage. A lot of confidence going about. I don't know if the wee boy O'Hara's a fit. I think he's a big player for them. I'm going to go home advantage. I'm going to go St Mirren 2-1.
Right, okay, then we'll get to Livingston Ayr United. Now, Ayr United have surpassed Stirling, Alloa, Stenhousemuir and St Johnstone. I think they'll fancy their chances against Livingston.
Yeah, they will. As I said, I think it'll be a close game.
Yes.
I think Livingston might just edge it simply because, you know, they maybe got a wee bit of a stronger squad in terms of bringing people on, and it's a difficult place to go and play. But as Ruffy says, Ayr United have signed good players this season, and Lee Bullen, they fell away a little bit last season when they had a wee chance of winning the league at one point, but I'm going to go for Livingston 1-0.
Do you feel they've replaced the likes of Dipu Akinyemi, last year's Championship Player of the Year?
I don't think he's very difficult to replace for that, you know, the money that they would need to spend to get somebody to score 20-25 goals, and other strikers need to chip in and try and, you know, fill that void.
Ruffy Livingston, and they seem to be attracting attention for Joel Nibley down south.
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet, but they just need money, you
Yeah.
know, and it's unfortunate because he's a big player for them. And if he's still there, he's going to be an asset. But I think the biggest miss for them is Bruce Anderson. I think Bruce Anderson gets a lot of goals, lots of assists. He's injured. I don't know if he's available. If he was available, I'd be more confident in going for Livingston's. But I'm not going to. I think this will go the whole road, and I'm going to go Ayr United.
Ayr United.
I think that Davy Martindale could possibly put Joel Nibley on Gumtree shortly, just to try and sell him.
What are we going for in this one?
1-0, Livy.
Livy, right, okay. Ross County will travel to Airdrie to face Reece McCabe's side. Have you been impressed with County so far, Tam?
I have been actually, yes, I have been. I thought they were very good at Celtic Park. Comfortably beat St Johnstone last week. They've started well. They've got goals in the team. Jordan White started well. So I think Ross County will be too strong for it. Airdrie are a team that score a lot of goals. I think they'll go with no pressure. But I think Ross County will be too strong. We'll go for 3-1.
3-1. What's the protocol for teams like Airdrie going to play Premiership teams, Ruffy? Is it, we say this all the time, do you go for it? It's a cup game, or do you sit tight, compact, hoping not to get too much?
You've got the home advantage. You know you're playing well. I think I've got a win and a draw under their belt. You know they beat Partick Thistle next week. They have got new players coming in there. They'll have a big crowd at the game. They'll look at Ross County and say, well, if you were going to beat a Premier League team, this would be one of the teams you would have a chance again. And I know they're playing. Ross County are playing well, but I think it's going to be a sticky one. I think this one go the whole road. At the end, I think Ross County might just nick it, but it's a difficult one to call.
Yeah, so Ross County, you think? Yep, right, okay. Hibs will take on Raith Rovers. Tam, a triumphant effort to get through to the next stage of the UEFA Conference League. Is Lee Johnson safe? It changes every week.
Listen, it changes game to game. I told you he's like a hokey cokey at the minute. 1 minute he's in, next minute he's out. They seem to have this pattern from the start of the season. Good win, crap, good win, rubbish, good win, good result, crap. And this is on the crap against Raith Rovers. Ian Murray, known well, played him for a number of years at Hibs, doing really well at Raith Rovers. He would love nothing more to go to Easter Road and get a result. It would be massive for him. Hibs coming back from a long journey, hard game in Switzerland. I think Hibs might just nick it.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a very tight game. Raith Rovers are very decent. So I think Lee Johnson will nick a result, maybe 2-1.
All right then, big.
Be a hokey the morning.
He's back in. He's back in. He just needs to put 2 results together. Can he put 2 or 3 together?
We'll find out on Sunday. Ruffy, big opportunity for Raith.
Yeah, I think Raith, as Tam's just said there, have rebuilt for last year. They were in it for a wee while, then they fell out of the championship race. I think he's brought in a lot of good players. I think they'll be up as well, challenging for the 4 in the championship. I think Hibs are in for a right good very, very hard game. I think they'll win it eventually, but I think it's going to be really tense right up until the end.
Yeah, who are you going for, Hibs?
Hibs 2-1.
Hibs 2-1. What goal did you say?
2-1 Hibs.
2-1 Hibs as well. Right, last but not least, we have Hearts and Partick Thistle. Tynecastle will be rocking once again, I'd imagine, Tam, but it's a tough place to go after a big European night.
It is, again, Hearts are going to have that come down of the euphoria of during the week there. Full house, last minute goal, he beat, you know, a good team in Rosenborg. Partick Thistle haven't started the season particularly well. I know he signed a couple of players, but I don't know if they look the same team. They've lost some key players.
Yep.
Again, Hearts will make changes. Their squad depth is strong. So I think Hearts will come through a tight game, and I'll go for 2-1 to Hearts as well.
What's your approach if you're Crystal and Ruffy going into this one?
Well, obviously you've not had a good start in the league. Be positive if you put up a good performance against Hearts and kept it really tight. Even though you don't win it, if you're looking at a good performance, there are some new boys went in there. You're looking for a team effort. You're looking for something to build on. So, just a good performance there. You know, obviously winning would be great. I can't see that because, I mean, Hearts aren't travelling for away from home. Place will still be buzzing at Tynecastle just now. The whole place will be electric. Again, it'll be a full house. I don't think it matters who Hearts put in there because there's a lot of quality. So I think at the end they will win the game, but it won't be an easy one. So I'm going to go 2-1 again.
All right, okay then. Well, that's all the games rounded up. Our favourite part of the show, the quiz. Hope you've brought your A game, boys.
First answer wins, just needing us waiting.
And you have to let me ask the question,
Right, okay.
right? Okay, question 1. Who did Rangers beat in last year's League Cup semi-final?
Aberdeen.
See, he's quicker at getting it in. I could have said Aberdeen before you finished that.
Maybe quick, right? Okay, 1-0 to Tam.
Done this last week.
What year did Kilmarnock beat Celtic in the League Cup
2012.
fight? Never let me finish the question.
Is it 2012?
See, that's it. Point off.
Is it 2012?
Yes, it is, but
But you never finished the
pointless to
question.
Ruffy because you never let me
Finish
finish
the
the
question.
Kerry, do not do that.
I have to say, I could have shouted
I gave
out
you the
Aberdeen.
rules.
But then if I get it wrong, you've got the full...
Well, I
bit
don't
of time.
think we should wait till the end of the question then.
Right,
Right,
go.
okay.
Just go. Right, 2012,
right,
2-0.
Right. How many League Cups have Hibs won?
5.
3.
Did you know that? 3? Right, that's 3-0.
John Collins. Do you know win the League Cup now?
No. John Collins.
Right,
I
next
knew it was 2 or
question.
3.
Partick Thistle lifted the League Cup in 1971. It was a 4-1 win for the Jags. Who scored for Celtic?
Dalglish.
None of you let me get answers. You are not even following the rules, right? Last
I think that was
question.
me.
Right.
Go now.
Give him a point. Right, okay. Who managed Rangers the last time they won the League Cup?
Walter Smith.
Clean sweep. Wow, right, another one for Tam.
We'll let me the secret.
The secret.
What?
Both of them have been looking at the answers.
Oh, you looked
ladies
at the
and
answers,
gentlemen.
that's brilliant. I only looked at 2. You've looked
Did you look
at
at
5.
that? Did you still give me 5
Yes. Right, from now on, nobody's getting to see any of the answers. Fair and square. Right, we'll be back next week with more Premiership action to look forward to. Thanks for watching.